Yo, what's up? This video is acting not only as my first devlog for my summer game project, but the first video on this channel ever. Let me start with formal introductions. I'm Darius, I go by Dare for most people. I'm currently a computer game scientist student at UCI, and I'm 18 years old. I already have a YouTube channel dedicated to my music and the links in the description, and this channel is going to be for literally anything else, so expect to see some funny moments with my gaming group, aka the Potatoes, game dev vlogs, and other vlogs or challenges or other content I feel like making. I kinda am sporadic with my motivations, so my content is gonna vary a lot. Right now, my most active platforms are Twitch, where most of the time I will be, Instagram, and this channel, but feel free to follow like my TikTok, music channel, Spotify, Twitter. I don't really use Twitter all that much, but you know, that's good to have that there. This devlog will be kinda short. For one, a lot of my progress so far is basic structuring, and a lot of planning, which isn't that entertaining to show you. Two, I don't really feel like doing a lot of editing, so here's what I have so far. This game is about my friend group, the Tatos, and the story is centered around this golden potato that one of us steals for ultimate power. This breaks the Potatoes into two teams, those who join the thief and those who plan to overthrow him. I don't know if that sounded fleshed out or not, but trust me, it's not at all. This game is going to be a JRPG, I know that for sure. It's going to be like Persona or Pokemon, and my goal is to build a combat system that's more attention grabbing than your standard push a button attack. The way I'll be doing that is emulating Osu and other reflex-based activities, maybe like quick time events, in order to dictate damage percentage. I'm making this game in Godot, and for those who don't know what that is, it's a Python-based engine super well suited for 2D games. This is my first game that's this big of a scale. I've never done like multiple scenes, doing my own animations and music, save games, min-max planning, but I have a couple of amazing friends that are helping me with art, planning, all that stuff. But other than that, this project is all me. Here's a generalized list of the features I've implemented so far. A test character using Heartbeast's tutorial sprites. Heartbeast's link is down in the description. I was using his tutorial for RPG for pretty much teaching myself the basics. I pretty much always use this character when making games because it makes me feel better already working with a done and animated character instead of like a square, you know. The tile set for the base map. This includes a little grass that I can draw in. The art set that I'm using is made by Kainos on Itch. I'll put another link in the description. His art is amazing, and I wanted to base the rest of the game on something that looked like this anyway. Other maps that's going to come into the game, if I do make them, will be based off of this art style, and this tile set lets me start somewhere pretty quickly. And I definitely made this tile set extremely inefficiently, mostly because I wanted to create like a fake 3D effect, meaning I wanted the characters to go up and down levels, but also appear behind and in front of levels. Unless someone in the comments can help me make this process a lot easier, what I have right now is like an individual tile atlas, and then I draw literally each part by hand, which is like a puzzle piece kinda, and then I manually put in the collisions. Manually putting in the collisions is what lets me have that 3D effect going behind and in front layers, but it's also extremely long to do. So if anyone can help me, please put down a comment, because for right now what I know is making maps is gonna be a giant pain. Speaking of levels, I have a stair system that is very similar to Game Endeavors. I have another link in the description. Pretty much it has a couple of areas that tracks bodies going in and out, and it changes the collision layer and the z-index, or like the layer that it's drawn, to make it work with that new level. This works with any entity that I make just because it grabs the body. It's not specific to the player. So like if I make pets, or if like enemies follow a player up or down the stairs, it will work for them too. Other smaller things I've done is like environmental stuffs like trees, bushes, and other stuff that's been included in the pack. The beginning of the art for the player's character and animations for the Tato enemy, whom I've already implemented to the game. You can see him right here. This is actually my first animation with pixel art and using a sprite, and I think it turned out pretty well. I actually think he's really cute. I like the way he kind of hops. It's a little awkward, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. All of his AI right now is he has a wandering AI, and he's trapped within a certain area. So if he's too far from his area, pretty much his AI is going to return him to the center of it, and then it's completely random again. If the player becomes too close to this potato, he's gonna chase him, but again, if he's too far from the area, he's just gonna go back. And if he touches the player, the scene changes from like the base free roam state, I guess, into like a battle scene. And the battle scene looks like this. As you can see, it's just the GODOT PNG because I haven't made anything for it yet. So, you know, that's just a placeholder. There are also functional doors and chests. Actually, functional is not the right word, more like barely functional. They're animated using interpolation, like the tweens, and react to user input if they are close enough. And I intend to use them later in dev when I implement items or like stores. Something that makes, you know, Pokemon babies happy. Another thing worth mentioning is this little position indicator that pops up anytime the player and in the future an enemy, or again if I do like pets, which I probably won't, but you know, just in case, if it's covered by the level, like how it can go behind levels and possibly trees actually if I feel like I need it, just so that the 3D effect doesn't get in the way of the player knowing where they are, and like so they always have like an idea of what's around them. Lastly, I've made spreadsheets that detail the characters, the damage types, moves, and abilities all in one area. So it's easy for me to brainstorm character designs, as well as a quick spreadsheet that allows me to play with numbers like XP, levels, damage, and the other stats in order for me to get a numerical sense of what my game is going to feel like. And that does it for this devlog. This is the first script that I'm writing, so I don't really know if this video is going to be long or not, but hopefully it's not that bad. I'm generally going to try and keep each of these videos around 10 minutes. I don't want to be too long. But I want to also make enough content within the month to where I can have around 10 minutes of updates. And speaking of that, I'm really excited actually for how this game is going. The next part needs to be the basics of the combat, so I'm actually going to fill up that combat scene. I'm going to try and build the first map and probably have a document for the story, so I kind of have a direction of which characters I need to make, what maps I need to make, and who the player is going to interact with in what order. And I'm also super excited for this channel. I personally think that my friends are extremely funny. They definitely carry my comedy. And so the next video that you're going to be seeing is a Valorant compilation of them. So yeah, super excited for that. And you know, whatever else we end up doing, it's not going to only be Valorant. To end out, my link tree is in the description as well. It's probably going to be the first thing. You could find me literally everywhere. The link tree makes it super easy. And hopefully this game goes good. Yeah, have a great day, y'all.